Most of us are holding on to our current life. We're holding on to our identity. We're holding on to the things that our parents said about us. Like we're holding on to all these things that don't serve us. We got to go from holding on to our current life to letting go for a better one. All right, guys, you ready? All right, we need to have some mindset shifts, okay? I want you to write this down. Coming out of this event, I need to go from unrecognized potential to recognized potential. Meaning, like, I don't even know the capacity I have, but I'm going to go find it coming out of this event. Right? Like, how do you figure out your capacity? You bite off more than you can chew, and then you figure out how to chew it. That's how you increase your capacity. Right? Somebody's like, Matt, these events seem crazy. The first time I threw events like this, I was stressed out of my mind. I was worrying about We've grown into, we could throw events, 5 of these this week if we wanted to, and we'd be perfectly fine. The first time was the most stressful thing. It's like anybody ever thrown a base shop event? The first time it was like the most stressful thing in the world. By the third time, it's like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's going to be great. Why? Because you increase your capacity. You increase your capacity. So we got to go from unrecognized potential to recognized potential. Second thing I want you to write down is I need to go from good intentions to good execution. I need to go from good intentions to good execution. If you're in this room, it's because you have good morals and values. If you're in this room, it's because you have good intentions. We attract incredible, integrity-driven people into this organization. We know that already. But there's a lot of good people that are not earning what they have the potential to earn. Because they have good intentions, they just have bad execution. We need to go from good intentions to great execution. We got to be able to get ourselves to execute. So important, okay? I hate to say this. Good intentions is not enough for you to win. It's important for your identity. Because when I look at I know my intentions are pure and I allow it to build my identity because I say, you know what? I know where my heart is. And so I believe that God is going to favor everything that I do because he knows that every person on the other side of me is going to be blessed by me being in contact with them. So I believe there's an anointing on it. There's a favoring on it. I genuinely believe that. So good intentions are important. It makes you feel worthy. It makes you feel deserving. Like, why would I not be blessed with more when all I'm going to do is give? Why would I not be blessed with more abundance when all I'm going to do is serve? Why would I not be blessed with a team when all I want to do is lead? Like, why would I, good intentions are important, but unfortunately it's not enough. We got to go from good intentions to great execution. Can we do that? Okay. Number 3, I want you to write this down. We need to go from impressive to impactful. We need to go from impressive to impactful. I remember coming into this business at 19 years old, 20 years old, and I just wanted to be impressive. I wanted to be able to get on stage and people be like, oh my gosh, I wasn't ready. I wanted that. I wanted to be in the spotlight. I wanted to be impressive. I wanted to get done with the training and people be like, man, that was the greatest training I've ever heard. The problem is I would do it to the best of my abilities. And there was a lot of people like, man, that was good, but I can't do that. I remember going into field training appointments and I was like, man, I gave the most incredible field training appointment. I tailor-made, And then guess what? People were like, man, that was incredible. I cannot do that. I was trying to be impressive versus focusing on being impactful. I want to challenge you to go from trying to be impressive to focusing on being impactful. Are you making a difference in the lives of other people? Are you so good you're no good? Are you so replicatable that you can duplicate it? You can't replicate it, you can't duplicate it. Super important. We got to go from impressive to impactful. Can we do that? Number 4, write this down. We got to go from comfort to selflessness. The highest form of selfishness is comfort. The highest form of selfishness is comfort. Because to be comfortable, that means you're just thinking about you. To be comfortable means you're not thinking about anyone else. To be comfortable, you're relaxed, you're good, you're chill. How in the world could you be okay knowing that other people aren't? Like, how in the world? Like, people look at Eric and Yariv and Nate, and you see all these great leaders, Danny and stuff. You see all these leaders working their butt off. And man, these guys are financially free, yet they're working their butts off right now. Why in the world would they do that? Because they're selfless. They're selfless. We could have easily not put on this event. But it's not about us. It's about us helping our people. It's about helping our people rise to the next level. It's about helping people rise in their community, in their family, raising their last name, making a difference in people's lives. Guys, the opposite of leadership is selfishness, and the highest form of selfishness is comfort. You being comfortable is a disservice to this world. I know sometimes we stay in our bubble because we don't want to think about certain things, but there are kids in other countries that didn't eat breakfast this morning and might not eat for a couple of days. There are kids in our country that don't. My mom is the head counselor of a school, and she brings breakfast and lunch to about 20 kids every day because their parents can't afford to feed them. Every single day, my mom does that. And that's here in San Diego. Like, there are people that need you. And for you to be operating in a state of comfort, thinking about you, it's a very selfish thing to do. And so we got to go from comfort to selflessness coming out of this event. Can we do that? Yep. Yes? Are you sure? Yep. All right, number 5, we got to go from hating the work to loving to play the game. We got to go from hating the work to loving to play the game. Anybody like making calls? Can I just be 100% just, I mean, not that I'm not being honest with all the other stuff, but can I just be really honest? There's not been a single phone call that I've ever made that was like, this was fun. I'm just trying to tell the truth here, okay? I'm an introvert. What do introverts not like to do? Talk to other people. Some of you know, like back in the day, we used to do something called a Mozone. Remember that, Miriam? I got PTSD thinking about it, right? Which is basically a whole bunch of strangers show up to a room and you meet and greet them for 30 minutes and then you bring them into a presentation where you pitch them the business or our products, right? And if I could imagine what being sent to hell would be like, it would be being in that Mozone, having to meet a whole bunch of strangers. Like, I am an introvert. And so now you come into our business, they're like, talk to people you don't know. Talk to strangers. I'm like, my mom and dad told me my whole life not to talk to strangers. I've been coachable, okay? And now they're like, talk to strangers. Go talk to them all. Everyone you meet, talk to them. It was against everything that I believed in coming in. It was anxiety attack for me, okay? It was an anxiety attack. So I didn't like the work, but I loved helping people and I fell in love with the game. Guys, I want you to understand that business is a game. And those that wake up every day and think to themselves, I get to go play, versus those that wake up and think I have to go work, the person that wakes up and thinks I get to go play is going to do far greater than the person that wakes up and thinks I have to go make some phone calls. I love to play the freaking game. See, some of you guys, the reason you don't like the little stuff, like, guys, I grew up playing soccer. It's my biggest passion in the world. Do you think I enjoyed our 2-mile warm-up? No. I would pretend to have to stretch my hamstring out like for the first mile and a half. Like, I was just trying to do anything I could. They used to call us Matt, it must be game day Welsh, because we only showed up to school on game day to be able to play. Anybody else that way? That was in our yearbook, right? Must be game day Welsh, because that was the only time we ever showed up. Okay? I hated sprints, but I love the game. Anybody ever play football? Yeah. Like, did you like Hell Week? There's a reason they call it that. But you love the game. So going from I hate the work to I love the game is so important, because when you love the game, it gives purpose to the phone call you don't want to make. When you love the game, it gives purpose to the appointment you don't want to do. When you love the game, it gives purpose to the Saturday or Sunday you don't want to work. When you love the game, it gives purpose to the book that you don't want to read. When you love the game, it gives purpose to every last thing that you do when you love the freaking game. It gives purpose to it. So we have to go from hating the work to loving the game. Can we do that? And number 6, we got to go from hoping to win to becoming the standard. We got to go from hoping to win to becoming the standard. I think most people, they hope to win. Hope is not a strategy. It's incredibly important, but it's not a strategy for success. We got to become the standard. And some of us we're like, well, I'm just looking at what everyone else is doing. Are you a thermometer or are you a thermostat? Thermometers come into a room, they take the temperature and they adjust. That's what a follower does. Leaders are thermostats. They come into the room and then they say, I don't care what the temperature is, I'm going to set the damn temperature. That's what a leader does, okay? And so we have to embrace it and say, you know what, I'm going to set the temperature. If I want to get out of the base shop, why would I act like everyone in it? If I want to beat the next guy, why would I work like them? If I want to beat the next guy, why would I call like them? If I want to beat the next guy, why would I train like them? If I'm trying to be better than them, then I got to do better than them. You catching this right now? Am I talking to myself? Okay? We got to have a shift. We got to have a shift. I want you to write this down. I need to become a walking billboard of excellence. I need to become a walking billboard of excellence in every single area of my life, from my marriage to the way that I raise my children, to the way I walk in my faith, to the food that I put in my body, to my health, to my business. I got to become a walking billboard of excellence. I want that to become your standard. I'm going to become a walking billboard of excellence. I'm going to become the standard. This is what I want you to know. The standard always makes more money than everyone else. The standard always makes way more money than everyone else. When you're the standard, you're the one that everyone's trying to be like. So when you become the standard in the bass shop, you're the person in the bass shop that everyone wants to be like. When you're the standard in the super bass, you're the EMD that everyone wants to be like. Stop looking around at what everyone else does. Are you a follower or are you a leader? Go be an example. Where they do this, okay, well, if they jumped off a cliff, remember that? Okay? Be the standard, be the leader, be the example in everything that you do. Okay? Number 7. You ready? By the way, are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Are you reading what I'm writing? Catching what I'm throwing? Tasting what I'm cooking? You don't want to taste what I cook. Number 7, I want you to write this down. I need to go from holding on to my current life to letting go for a better one. I need to go from holding on to my current life to letting go for a better one. You can't have your new life and your old life at the same time. Something has to give. And unfortunately, the majority of us, we hold on to our current life. We hold on to our current relationships. We hold on just to everything. Because like, you know what? Like, I don't want to give up this, but I want this. Here's the problem, okay? Chris, can you do me a favor? Since you're sitting in the front row in that extra comfy seat. Yeah, look at you. Can you just hand me that water? Okay. Can you hand me the bigger water, your water as well? Just thirsty. Didn't know. Can you hand me the other water? Okay. Hand me the other one. Okay. Can you hand me the other one? All right. Hand me that basket. I have nowhere to hold it. So hold on. You ready? You're holding on to your... please help me, Chris. I need you right now. I need you, brother. Okay? Don't leave me. Okay? When you're holding on to your current life and God's trying to bless you with a new one, and yet you're just holding on and holding on and holding on, the only way for me to grab onto my new life is if I let go. You guys with me? Most of us, thank you. Yasmin, don't beat me for throwing all the waters. Thank you, Chris. Most of us are holding on to our current life. We're holding on to our identity. We're holding on to the things that our parents said about us. We're holding on to the comment that a bully made when we were in 6th grade. We're holding on to all of these different things. We're holding on to not being picked in a game of dodgeball or sports back in the day, and you were the last pick and you hold on to that, and you're thinking to yourself, well, man, if I was the last pick, then I'm going to be the last pick in business. Like, we're holding on to all these things that don't serve us. We got to go from holding on to our current life to letting go for a better one. We got to let go. We got to let go and let God. We got to let go of everything that we're holding on to and say, you know what, I'm just going to prepare myself for the blessings because they're coming.
Let's get it. 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 Yeah.